Hello and welcome to another edition of GV Bounce. I'm Damen Francis. Alongside me is Matt Jimmy Galea. How are you, Matt?
Yeah, not too bad today, Damen.
Very good, and we're going to take you through the second week of GVFL finals. And we're going to start with the first semi-final, which is between Benalla and Shepparton Swans. And really interesting match, this one. A couple of young sides that like to run and gun, and Benalla, obviously, they've been so exciting this season. They've gone from last to the second spot on the ladder, but they did drop last week, and now they face elimination against the Swans, who are flying. They're just taken into finals with a wet sail, and yeah, now here they are in a second week of finals. What do you make of this one?
Yeah, certainly a very exciting game. I can't wait to get out to Rochie and see this one. Two pretty similar sides and two great stories too, I think, and certainly expecting big numbers from both clubs there in support. I mean, they match up really well all over the ground. I think Swans are in great form. Benalla will certainly take a lot of positives out of last week, despite the result. I thought they played really well at times against Kai, who are a superstar side, and certainly no shame in losing to them. Obviously, if you do want to win the big one, you're going to have to. They might have to beat them if they get there. But I think against Swans, it's a different challenge, and I think it's one that they're equipped to handle. But it'll certainly be a very exciting game.
Yeah, as all finals at neutral venues are, it's going to be very interesting. All the way down at Rochie, you'll be on the road for this one down at Moon Oval there, and it's going to be a really interesting clash. We've just had confirmation that Sam Martin is good to go for Benalla, so we're expecting him to be named and to play, which is very exciting for Benalla, because he's obviously a really important player, really talented young player, great in and under player, and give him a lot of drive in the middle. But one man we've focused on, or you've focused on in today's paper, is actually Mitch Bell. You had a chat with him, and what are his thoughts on his season and his role at the Swans this year?
Well, I mean, probably doesn't get a lot of credit, but I think he's been key in that he's come into that ruck role, taken a lot of the rucking load off Brody and allowed him to go up forward, where he's played a really big role in filling up a spot that they probably didn't have in terms of a key forward prior to him going up there. So, I mean, he's been very positive about the season as a whole. Obviously, he got dropped to the reserves for 2 weeks early in the season, and his response to that has been fantastic. So certainly no questioning his character, but I think it just sounds like the Swans is just a great club to be around at the moment. Lots of excitement and positivity, and it's just great to see.
Understandable that spirits are high, and you touched on there with Brody going forward. That's been a real difference for me at the Swans in the second half of the season. Clunking some big grabs and kicking a few goals. I think he kicked 6 last week, which is obviously going to go a long way to helping you win a game of footy, isn't it? If you've got a big guy up top kicking 6 goals. Really interesting at the Swans this year. Who do you expect to take Abbott this week for Benalla?
Morgan was really coy on sort of the matchups all day. I mean, Brooke Martin seemed to be. He was the first one of 3 or 4 players that he rounded off to me. So I mean, maybe Brooke, but I'm not sure.
Harry Moran, Jake Paul Pratt, Lockie Smith. They do have a few options down there. So it remains to be seen. But will be interesting to see who goes there. So what's your tip for this one, Jim?
I haven't actually put in my tips just yet, but I think I'm going with the Swans.
All right, Swans it is. I've gone with Benalla. I'm going to back them in. Saints, they're going to be a little bit nervous. They don't want to go out in straight sets, and obviously losing last week. But I reckon they'll get up and play another week. Play another week. Obviously, the next game, or the last game we're going to go to, is the second semi-final. So 2 chances for these 2 teams. One will go straight into the grand final. The other will live to fight another day against the winner of Swans Benalla next week. And those 2 teams, of course, Shepparton United, surprise winner against Rochie last week, and they'll take on Kyabram, who everyone just expects them to keep going on and winning. And can United stop this?
Oh, it's hard to see. I mean, I watched Kai last week, and I mean, they certainly don't look as impenetrable as maybe they did a month ago. Benalla was certainly on top for periods of that game, but they've just got such great character. They just bounce back to every challenge. They just respond to every challenge. And David Williams has really instilled that sort of self-belief and character into that team, and I think that's one of their greatest assets. That not to mention all the talent they have. Certainly an interesting one. I can't see. I mean, you can see United beating anyone really on their day, but certainly going to have to be at their absolute best to beat Kyabram.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of interesting matchups. we're hearing that Tom Holman, young Murray Bushranger, bottom-age Murray Bushranger, might get the job on the wily veteran Matty Forrest, which is going to be really interesting. I'd love to see that battle unfold. I think that would be interesting. Obviously, Forrest been a star at the Demons for a while now, and Tommy Holman's still cutting his teeth.
Yeah.
But that'd be really interesting. And David Gillespie, we're hearing, will probably go to Paul Newman. Should Paul Newman be fit? I don't know if we've heard any otherwise, but you never know with him. But you'd think he's going to play. And what did he kick 8 last week?
Yeah, he was just phenomenal. I
Yep.
mean, it's my first year up here, but I'd love to have seen him when he wasn't stricken with osteitis pubis, because he's just a freak. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll play.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Going to be really interesting. I'm backing Kai. I really think that they will win. But, United shocked me last week. And under Mike Quarrell, I think this will be, 4 prelim finals in a row at least, which is obviously an incredible record.
Yeah.
It's hard to completely discount them, that's for sure. But hopefully it's a ripping game of footy. And this one, of course, is at Benalla Showgrounds. So get along to Benalla Showgrounds or Moon Oval in Rochie this weekend and catch what's sure to be another great weekend of finals footy.